Hello everybody, and welcome to a special episode of the Simpsons Episode Reviews. Today, I'm going to be reviewing the Simpsons Futurama crossover episode, Simpsorama, which is the 558th episode of The Simpsons and the 6th episode of the 26th season. And what is cool about this particular episode, it features characters from the show Futurama. And of course, I actually showed this at the beginning of the video. The reason why is because I got the entire Fox run of Futurama, which is in 4 volumes. Now the good news is I will be doing my Futurama DVD collection in the near future. So that way you know what DVDs I have of Futurama. Because here's the good news. I might as well tell you all here right now. All of my Futurama reviews and videos are going to be on this channel. That is right, because Matt Groening created that particular show as well as The Simpsons, and I feel that putting Futurama related videos on this channel is the right thing to do. Also in this video, I'm going to talk about which crossover episode was my favorite, because I already reviewed the Family Guy episode, The Simpsons Guy, which was a Family Guy Simpsons crossover. And if you have not seen my review of that particular episode, I reviewed that along with Clown in the Dumps on one particular video, and it was my first ever Simpsons episode review that I ever did, and you can check that out after this particular episode is over, because there will be an annotation at the end of this particular video, so that way you can go to that particular episode if you like. And you probably already seen both Clown in the Dumps and The Simpsons Guy, so even though I tell quite a lot of spoilers, you're basically not going to be really spoiled at all. So now, if you are new to this series and you do not know how I review Simpsons episodes, I will tell you right here. I basically review, and I do it basically like this. I tell the plot, and then I talk about the story, which of course extends from Act 1 to Act 3. And that part is mostly spoilers, but I will give you an annotation so that way you will know where the spoiler ends. So that way, if you don't want to be spoiled, you can actually go to that particular part of the video and you won't be spoiled at all. So, and then of course I review the particular episode and I talk about the best moments from that episode. And that's how I basically do it. And for my ratings, I do it basically from 0 stars all the way up to at least 5 stars. But the 5-star is only for episodes that I feel are Simpsons classic and are worthy of the title Best Episode Ever, while the ones that are 1 star and below get the title Worst Episode Ever. And that's basically how I review an episode. So, just in case you wanted to know, there you go. So, now that I'm done explaining, I'm going to get to the plot of Simpsorama. Now the plot is basically this. The Planet Express crew figure out that one of the Simpsons family members helped create these creatures that are trying to destroy the Earth in the year 3000. So the Planet Express crew travel all the way to 2014 in Springfield to try to stop the Simpsons from destroying the future. Now that I'm done talking about the plot, before I talk about the full story of Simpsorama, I want to let you all know that the episode Simpsorama is now available to watch via the Simpsons World app and at simpsonsworld.com. So if you have access to full episodes of The Simpsons via the Simpsons World app or at simpsonsworld.com, then you can watch Simpsorama right now. Simpsorama is also available on Hulu Plus, and it will be available a week later on Hulu. Now I'm going to talk about the full story. However, spoiler alert, I'm going to be talking about a lot about this particular episode. And if you have not seen it and don't want to be spoiled, there's an annotation right there of where the spoiler ends. Go to that particular part of this video right now, so that way you won't be spoiled. But that's basically it. Now I'm going to talk about the full story to people that have seen the episode. Act 1 begins where Springfield Elementary decides to do a time capsule, and kids at Springfield Elementary put certain stuff into the time capsule. Bart Simpson puts a sandwich with his snot on it into the time capsule, and the time capsule gets buried next to the statue of Jebediah Springfield. And what happens next is Bender comes out of the sky and drops down into Springfield. And he ends up going into the Simpsons house and into the basement. And that's where Homer and Bart find him. So Homer decides to bring Bender to Moe's Tavern to actually drink. And then, of course, Homer and Lisa decide to bring Bender to Professor Fink. And that is where Bender finds out his mission. And his mission is to actually kill Homer Simpson. And that's where the first act ends. Act 2 begins where Bender tries to kill Homer Simpson, but then he reconciles. And Leela finds out that Bender did not kill Homer Simpson. And as a result, the Planet Express crew decides to go back into time to try to figure out what is the cause of these particular creatures that are destroying the Earth in the year 3000. Because the thing about it, Bender decides not to kill Homer Simpson. And the Planet Express crew figure out that Homer Simpson might not have been the actual cause. And they figured that it might have been one of the family members of the Simpsons that was the cause of why these creatures are trying to destroy the Earth in the year 3000. And they do eventually find out that Bart was actually the cause, and they find out that the DNA of Bart was the result of them evolving. And it was the time capsule that made these creatures evolve, basically. And as a result, the Planet Express crew and the Simpsons family tried to dig up that time capsule and tried to prevent that particular incident in the year 3000 from happening. However, something goes horribly wrong, and the creatures eventually get into the Planet Express building and reverse what was done to the Planet Express crew when they went back in their time. What happened was the Planet Express crew, as a result of going back in the time, what the creatures did was they reversed the time portal, so that way the Planet Express crew would go back into the year 3000. However, most of the Simpsons family went with them. And most of the Simpsons family are not from the year 3000 in the first place. The only person that doesn't get transported in the year 3000 was Maggie, of course. And that's basically how Act 2 ends. Act 3 begins with the Simpsons family and the Planet Express crew being stuck in the year 3000 without a time portal to use because the creatures destroyed it. The Planet Express crew and the Simpsons family have to figure out a plan to get rid of these creatures. And Lisa figures out a plan because the thing about it, the creatures are basically made out of Bart's DNA. And Lisa knows Bart pretty well. And the plan that Lisa figures out works. And as a result, the creatures get confined into the Madison Cube Garden. And the Planet Express crew transfers them out of Earth. And as a result, the planet Earth is saved. The Simpsons family get to go back into Springfield in the year 2014. And everybody's happy. Now, Bender was the only one that didn't get to go back into the year 3000. So after the mission was complete, Bender decides to shut down in the Simpsons basement. As for the creatures, they end up being transferred to the planet Omicron Persei 8, and that's basically the end of the episode. So all the spoilers have been told, and the spoiler has ended. So now I'm going to talk about the best parts of the episode. For one thing, I like the couch gag, because the couch gag was awesome, because I like the fact that they did, it was basically Futurama based, and I really enjoyed that. Another thing that I liked was Bart taking Marge's sandwich and actually putting it into the time capsule with a snot in it. He basically put his snot into the sandwich and threw the sandwich into the time capsule. I thought that was pretty cool. The other thing that I liked was Homer trying to tell Bender, "Do not kill me with a boxing glove." I don't know how he pronounced it. Because the thing about it, Bender was showing off his knives and amount of weapons that he had in his insides. So when he figured out that he needed to kill Homer Simpson, he basically stuck out his weapons to Homer Simpson, and one of them was a boxing glove. So I thought that was pretty funny. And there was also one part too that I really liked, but I can't think of what that particular part was because I forgot. It had something to do with Bart or Lisa, but I'm not sure. I think it had something to do with I forgot. It was either in Act 1 or Act 2, but I'm not sure. And I also liked that Homer was choking the creatures' heads off, and I thought that was pretty cool because the creatures were basically of Bart's DNA, and Homer was choking these creatures to death until their heads come off, which was pretty cool. And we all know that Homer chokes Bart, so. Oh, and while he was choking the creatures, he basically got a hold of Bart too. I forgot about that. He did get a hold of the his actual son, and Bart told Homer that it's me, your son. I thought that was pretty cool, and I also liked the ending as well. And Homer was singing during that ending, and I thought that was awesome. Because he was failing miserably too, and I thought that made me laugh for sure. And I also like the look of the ending too. And there was one more part that I can't think of off my head that I really enjoyed. But that was the best moments that I really liked from this particular episode. So that's basically it. Here is my review of Simpsorama. Now I'm going to start with the humor first. The humor was actually quite well done. There was good jokes in Act 1 and Act 2, but the best jokes were in Act 3. That was the act where I mostly laughed, because I felt that the humor in that particular act was the best. And that's the biggest pro with the humor in this episode. The cons, however, is Act 1 and Act 2, I only smiled at some jokes. There were some jokes that I really laughed at, that I really liked. But I felt that the humor in Act 1 and Act 2 was kind of lacking. And I felt that it could have been better. So in terms of humor, it is a borderline 3.5 stars. The story, however, the story was the best part of this episode. And I'm giving the story 4 stars. And that's borderline because I felt that the episode could have been longer. And if it would have been a 5-star rating. And I mean it. The story would have been a 5-star rating. Because the thing about it, the episode went by so fast, I felt that there was something missing in terms of the story. But besides that, the story gets a 4 stars. So the overall rating for this episode, Simpsorama, it gets an overall rating of 3.5 stars. So I highly recommend this episode. You can check it out now at the Simpsons World website. Also via the Simpsons World app, Hulu Plus, and a week later on Hulu. So if you've not seen the episode, please go watch it. You will enjoy it for sure. Now, I know there are people out there that have enjoyed this episode, and there are some people that have not enjoyed this episode. And let me know if you were one of those people that enjoyed the episode, or even if you didn't, just let me know how you felt about this particular crossover episode. And that's all I really gotta say about that. So, next time on the Simpsons Episode Reviews, I'm going to review Blazing Confused, which is the 559th episode of The Simpsons and the 7th episode of the 26th season. That'll be for next time. Now for the moment of truth. Which crossover episode was my favorite? Was it The Simpsons Guy or Simpsorama? Now I will tell you that I do give props to Simpsorama for having an awesome story, and I thought the humor was good too. However, my favorite crossover episode was The Simpsons Guy, and the reason why, it was because of the humor. But they're both awesome episodes, and I highly recommend them both. So if you have not seen any of them yet, please do so. And that's basically it. Oh, and by the way, I have reviewed The Simpsons Guy already. So if you've missed my review of that, you can click the link down below in the description box for that particular episode. I will also have it at the end of the episode. So if you want to watch it basically by clicking the link on the screen, you can do so. Because there will be an annotation with that particular review. But that's all I really gotta say, and I will catch you next time. So peace out. Bye everybody, and I hope you enjoy your week. Peace. Hi everybody, I just wanted to give a brief update. I actually filmed this particular episode around the time that it was near morning time, so that's the reason why I had problem with the lighting a little bit. But that's not a big deal. I also remembered what one of my favorite moments from the episode was, and I'm not sure if it was either Bart or Lisa, but the thing about it, they were drawing Homer Simpson as Bender, and I thought that was pretty cool. I forgot to tell that when I was telling my favorite moments from the episode. That was because I couldn't remember what that particular part was. So I'm sorry about that, and that's all I really got to say about it. So thank you very much for watching this particular episode of the Simpsons Episode Reviews. And I will be back to do another Simpsons Episode Review probably next week. So peace out. Thanks for watching, Simpsons fans. Bye.